Yeah,
It's good.
Yeah.
All right. A one.
What
A
are we
two.
doing?
A 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold me closer, tiny dancer.
Clip.
We all forgot.
Clip.
I forgot it. I forgot it.
Count the headlights in the
Episode
highway.
22. Count the headlights.
Let's
in the
go,
highway.
baby.
Episode 22.
Welcome.
21.
What?
No, it's 22.
It's
You're
22.
lying. You're
Yeah,
lying.
Don't lie to us.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
22.
Remy.
Remy.
Twos.
Twos.
Hey, this is Frankie D.
But welcome back, episode 22 of Let's Talk About It. My name is Thomas McCauley, head of partner relations, and to my left is
Frank Grizzly Lawando, the COO.
Frankie D, CEO.
oh come on.
Appio Fragoletti, Director of Banking Relations.
And now, introducing the #1 barber in the world, Joseph Joey
In the building.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Come on, Bruce Buffer.
Yes, sir. What's going on, fellas?
How we doing?
Not bad, man. You know, living,
Thanks for
bro.
coming on the show.
Absolutely.
We
man.
appreciate it.
It's an honor, man. It is.
We appreciate
it is.
that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well,
yeah.
talk
Yes,
to us
sir.
about Joey Clips.
Who's Joey Clip?
Who is Joey Clips?
Who
One
is-
thing to know real quick is Joey comes and cuts our hair every Monday.
Yes.
Yes.
So that's how we know Joey Clips.
Yes, yes.
He's the company barber, and he's really great at freaking what he does.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. So Joey Clips started, honestly, like this was like a out of nowhere type of passion that like I had. My boy in high school, I found out he cut hair. I was probably like 16 or 17, and I went and tried him out a couple times, and I don't know, man, like second or third time, like I got super into it, like instantly, like off the rip. I don't know, I thought being a barber at 17 was like the coolest thing ever. Like, I don't know, so then that same day I went home and
At 17?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Because like when you're like a junior in high school, like like this is the most important year, like you got to figure it out, like that's what they said.
Someone taking a
you know?
junior prom.
And honestly, I
Taking
didn't
a
really
senior.
like I didn't really think of like that, like anything to do in my life. It wasn't on my mind at the moment, and out of nowhere, man, like I said before, I went home that same day. I got my haircut from my boy Dante. Shout out to Dante.
Shout out Dante.
I went home and immediately I went on YouTube. I was researching like tutorials on how to cut hair and shit like that, or like whatever. And my dad had asked me like, yo, so like what's the plan? Like, what do you want to do? And I told him about barbering. And he was very like intrigued as to why. Because, my dad, he's been roofing for his whole life, and he's never wanted me or my sister to do any type of like hard labor type work. Like he wanted us to go to school, like to get like job
Work here.
Yeah. Shout out to you guys, without a doubt. But yeah, like he was like intrigued by it. I wouldn't say he was like super ecstatic by it. But he's my #1 fan, and no matter what, like he'll be on my corner without a doubt. And so I was actually late to the sign up for BOCES my senior year of high school, and it was something that like I really wanted to do. And like I found out that BOCES, they offered the barbering program. And I went to my principal and I begged him. I said, listen, man, I said, it's like I'm not just doing it just to do it. Like it's something that I want to take serious, and like if you give me the chance, like I'm not gonna waste it, And from there, like we got our first barber kit, and with our own jackets. And my barber teacher at the time, Mr. Ricciardo, shout out James. He said you can put any type of name you want on like your barber jacket, like if you want just your name or like a nickname or like whatever. And at first it was Joey Clippers. I mean, it's pretty much the same thing, without a doubt.
But a little bit
short.
But like honestly,
Gotta
just
clip it down.
right, yeah,
We cut the song off.
It's off the top.
yeah, and just off the rip, like I came up with it like off the blue, like, and
What do you want your name to be? Joey Clippers.
Joey Clippers.
Joey Clippers, bro.
Clippers.
Yeah.
From
your
Long
mom
Island.
name.
That's a great
Clippers.
off.
Yeah.
Joey
Clippers.
Clippers.
Look on, I clip your hair.
Yeah.
Gotta go to Joey Clips. Come on, go to Joey Clips.
Barber
Go to
shop.
Clippers.
And my barber teacher loved it, and like I don't know, that name just stuck like so quick. Like now, like you know, all my boys, it's either Joe or Clips or Joey
It's a
Clips.
perfect Long Island.
Yeah, you know,
definitely.
facts.
Great
Facts.
Clips.
Yeah, facts, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Yeah, I just I don't know. It's very intriguing to me, the whole career and like everything about being a barber. Like, and I also feel like too, like that I feel like us as men sometimes, I mean, not sometimes, maybe more than sometimes, like I feel like we all at some point we lack a little confidence in ourselves, you know, like about the way we look, about the way we feel, and like
We're getting serious.
and like
are.
yeah, and like
The leg is
It's
crossed.
true.
I know some
A haircut does wonders.
nah, man, you know, like, and like I see it online all the time, like everyone just like bashes like being a barber, like, and like it's just crazy, like, you know, like I still get people that come and sit in my chair and say like, so you do anything else? And I'm like,
What?
no, bro, like
This is my full-time
yeah,
thing.
right, yeah, you know, and fuck, what was I saying? What was I saying?
I mean, it's
The emotional.
Oh yeah, like yeah. So I think over time, like as I got better and like saw like you know the type of confidence I was putting in other men, like if I could give you like a dope haircut and then like 10 minutes later you go get food somewhere and you get like a girl's number, bro, that's motivation.
And I can speak for every man out there.
Yeah.
When you get a haircut, you go places for no goddamn reason.
For no goddamn
yeah.
reason.
First time I ever
Windows
talked
are
to Tom.
down.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
First time I ever.
I
talked
used
to
to have
Tom.
like really
It was
long.
after a haircut.
I used to have
I
like
never
really
told him
long
before
curly
that.
hair. And then one day I was sitting on my bed. I went to go take my sweatshirt off, and I grabbed
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the back of my sweatshirt and I pulled my hair out. And I got up from that bed and went
Damn.
straight to my barber and got all my hair cut off. And then it was actually Ryan's birthday, and I showed up at Village Idiot for Ryan's birthday, and Frankie was mind blown. And then like
I was excited.
I think it's like Appio was like
I was happy.
I think he like hit his like
2 months in,
yeah, 2 months
something.
in, and he comes and goes, "Yo!" That's the first time me and Appio ever spoke.
Working together for 2 months, but he just got a fresh haircut, and I was like,
And like 10 feet away too. Like it's not like
Damn.
Ron knows it. Like he's
Yeah.
right there. We just never spoke.
Yeah. Nah, but man, you know the saying,
bud.
you know the saying's true, man.
long
Like
haircut.
haircut is a
did.
powerful thing, bro. And like I sworn by that ever since I started.
Look good, feel good.
Yeah, man. It's literally, like straight up, like, bro, you look good, man. You feel like, like I have a friend named PJ. Shout out to PJ. And
"Shut up, PJ."
yeah, that's the three-peat.
PJ.
And
I was waiting for you to do it.
he's
Tom.
not really like the like emotional type of guy. Like he doesn't really like express his feelings or like whatever. And like I gave him a haircut probably about like a month or two ago, and
for the first time.
Nah.
Oh, okay.
And he was just like down in the dumps, and like I saw that he was, but like I talked to him for like a minute or two, and then I just let him vibe. You know, like if he wanted to talk, he would. And then he actually hit me up like after the haircut, and like he was just genuinely like just saying how much he like appreciated me, and like you know how much better I made him feel. You know, and like I thought that was
cool.
super dope. You know.
That's awesome.
Our time in the chair is important to us. Honestly.
It really is.
Because realistically, like we get a cut at work because we're maniacs. But like for the average, for the average man, like that's like their time off. You know,
that's
like
my spot.
That's your time off. You know, the wife don't got to be there. You know,
And like I feel that too because I'm not a very like outspoken aside from this job obviously,
Yeah.
but or like emotional person. Like I'll be in the chair and my boy Alex will be talking to me and I'll just be
Yeah.
like just locked on something because like that's kind of I don't know, you just go there and you just focus and I'll just be locked and he'll know just to not speak for 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And then at the end I give him mad bread and we dap up like I'll see you again. He's like have a great night.
Literally,
Like,
some
like I'm locked.
some people just want to sit in the chair and get their haircut done, and that's it. You know, and that's cool. Like I have no
You know,
problem with that.
as great a conversation as we have, that's gonna be me next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Good.
I need that.
Yeah. Absolutely, bro.
I need some silence in my life. No, it's true. It's honestly true. It's
true.
some relaxing time for some men
man.
that
That's
are.
all you
well,
have.
because,
That's
like-
all you. I mean, personally, I feel like that's all you freaking have. I feel like that's all I freaking have is that 30, 40, 50 minutes
A week.
of just silence.
every
right.
2 weeks. Just
Right. Yeah, because like I can't lie too. Like I'm like a talker. Like like I want to talk to you. Like even like if I don't know you, like I want to get to know you. But like like if I cut someone new and like I try for about 5 minutes and they're kind of being like dry with their responses or like they're really not like answering, cool. Like I'll shut up. Fine.
Yeah.
That's the cool thing about dudes is like they'll be silent for their first 4 haircuts and then you ask them one question, they'll just tell you everything about their life real quick and then back to silence. Like,
I know people who overshare too, like overshare. Which, like, honestly,
sometimes your barber's
I don't
your
care too much.
therapist.
Chris, I got monkeys in the barbershop talking about
it's
shit.
like one of the
being a
best
therapist.
networking opportunities that you could have.
Yeah, without a doubt.
I mean, you see the barbers on YouTube that are cutting millionaires' hairs and everything. Like you're going to be cutting some very high end people's hairs.
Yeah,
without even knowing it at first, but just sitting there 30 45 minutes having a conversation with somebody with somebody in their most relaxed state when you're talking to all different walks of life.
That's a good big thing too. Like, I mean, if you're cutting the hair of someone who's very high profile and you're just talking to them like they're a regular person, like that's all they want. Like all they want is to just
now they're giving you their stock tips and their crypto tips and invest in this and do that. And you can talk to some amazing people being a barber.
And I have, man. Like I've talked to some weird people without a doubt. I've talked to some really smart people. I talked to some hoodlums, guys who walk in the shop and they're like, yo, who's the nicest barber in here? Like, I need a fresh fade. And we're all like, like my guy Meyer, who we work with, like anytime someone comes in and he works in the front of the shop, we're all like, Meyer, every time.
Shout out Meyer.
Yeah.
Shout out Meyer.
There was even one time where you're stupid. There was even one time where I was like, yo, I don't even cut hair, bro.
I'm just here, dog.
I'm just here chilling, I'm an apprentice.
Bro. I'm just here chilling.
I don't work here.
One glove on.
Styles by
I left
Meyer.
my other barber job to get a cut here.
Yeah, literally. Nah, I just sweep hair. That's it. That's all I do. I just sweep hair.
So I mean, realistically, every single barber has a different type of style of how you go about it.
Correct.
And you connect the dots. You work with who you're working with.
Correct.
But do you have a specific style that you really go about? I mean, either the cut itself or just talking to the person.
Honestly, I feel like it's like a little bit of both. I try not to overdo my part too much. I try to most of the time, because even if you don't like agree with like a certain haircut that would look good on somebody, or like if someone just doesn't have the texture like for it, like you can try a couple times to like sway them away, like, hey, I think we should do this, or like, hey, like I think this will look so much better on you, but some people are just very stubborn. They're like, you know what, I want this cut. Like, I'm like, okay, I will do it. It might not look exactly like the picture, because everyone, they come in the shop, they show you a picture, they want it like Photoshop perfect.
Yeah.
Like crispy line, like blurry fade, like everything, And like there are a lot of barbers who do that, you know what I'm saying? Like I think for most of my haircuts that I do, like, I mean, one thing with me, I'm never going to leave you with a bad haircut. Like I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys that I'm the best barber. I mean, like I like to think.
We introduced you that way.
Yeah.
You are now the best barber in the world.
No, I mean, like I definitely like to think that way though, just because it's like a, you're boosting yourself
Confidence
up.
is
Yeah,
key,
right.
yeah.
I'm not really the type of guy to like, to toot my own horn or like show off or like whatever. But like there are times where like if I feel like, like damn, bro, like all this work that like I've been doing, all this grind, all this patience like that I've been having, because bro, like this is a tough industry to get started into. Like when I started, I was fresh out of high school. The week after I graduated, I got my first job. It was at Mr. Nick's in Patchogue on 112.
Shout out Mr. Nick's.
Great place.
Shout out Mr. Nick's. Phil. I know Phil. I know Phil.
We like Phil's around here.
Yeah, and
Love Phil.
and bro, like I was lucky if I was getting one haircut a week.
Yeah. Wow.
Like I would sit on my ass.
I wouldn't have gone to you right away.
Yeah, I know.
I'm the
What?
pickiest
Absolutely.
hair guy.
Yo,
Yeah.
Remy was his first. You were
Really?
first.
Remy was his first.
I would come to you at Mr. Nick's, bro.
You chose the ball guy?
really?
Wow.
No way.
He doesn't even remember his first
Yeah, he doesn't remember you.
Remy, yo,
The man behind the
Used
cam.
to come there, or was his first
I used
cut?
to go to Phil.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Oh my
okay.
God, yes,
He's
bro.
introduced.
Yo,
Oh my god.
I'm fried.
Like the
Just
first
unlock
haircut
memories.
ever was Remy.
No.
No,
He's
no,
went
no,
to
no.
Phil at
The
Mr. Nick's.
guy
Okay.
who I worked
Got
with,
it, got
Phil,
it, got it.
he used to go there. Yeah.
Did you have more hair back then, Remy?
He had- yeah.
Man was cutting fucking
Facts,
strands.
But
Sorry, Rob.
but to answer your question though, do I have a specific style? To be honest, I think I'm very new school and old school at the same time. Like I love doing classic cuts, like scissor cuts, like, and recently within the past year, like I've been getting really into them because, you know, like not everyone just wants a fade. Like everyone, you know, they want a classic men's cut, you know? So like, you know, like even too, like soon I'm gonna order a bunch of mannequin heads and like still like practice on them and stuff. But like I've taken my scissor work very seriously now, and I think it's been like really getting up there. Like I cut a lot of old men too who like just want, you know, slick back, nice, you know, just a tidied up haircut, you know.
That's Scott Disick.
Yeah, right. You know, like it's simple but it's also effective.
Yes, sir.
You know. But style, yeah, man. I mean, like, you know, you go on YouTube and like, or like Instagram, and like you see all these styles of cutting from different barbers, and you kind of like incorporate that with like your skills and techniques. Like,
That's so
That's
funny.
such a
We gotta
great
touch
parallel,
on this. We
yeah.
gotta touch on
So
this.
like Frankie always says, you know, our industry is very new. So there's not really many people besides like Frankie that you could really go to and really learn how to do what we do. So you have to take into account people like Andy Elliott in the car business, and then take into like the
Pat David and
yeah, Pat
insurance.
David. You have to look at all these other people who are like the icons and the gurus of their industry, and try and work their sauce into your sauce, but then also interject your own, because
Right.
it's a different type of beast.
Right, yeah, you know, like there's some techniques for certain like hair textures like that work better for like you, or like work better for you, you know, like it's just you got to get a feel, like, you know, like everyone has their own fading style, like everyone.
You got 5 different pieces. You got 5 different heads right here.
I was actually
Thoroughly.
I was going
Right,
to touch
yeah,
on that
like,
too. Like,
literally,
it's
like-
crazy that people don't listen to their barber, because like me as a young kid, like I was probably like 16. I wanted that flip top.
Oh, bro, everyone had
wanted
that.
the-
Bro,
I mean,
I
I
have
wanted the
had
flip top.
that, like,
I
since
can't do
kindergarten,
that, dude.
bro.
I have crazy curly
Yeah.
Irish Italian hair. Like
But
I could
you,
never.
Nah,
have
but
Frankie's
you
hair.
got nice hair though, without a doubt.
You do have nice
yeah,
hair.
you have really nice hair. Yeah,
But like,
Who's got the nicest hair here?
him without a doubt.
Yeah,
Him without a doubt.
that's a big compliment.
And it's no, I'm not, you know, I don't like
Oh,
straight hair.
offense
I
taken.
hate my hair.
Yeah, I'm a
like,
little upset right now. I thought it was Grizzly.
I was
I was-
told
I
I
didn't-
had the
I'm his
softest hair
favorite
in
cut.
school.
I'm upset for Grizzly.
I didn't expect.
No,
that,
if
but
you
I'll
were to
take
say
it.
who would be his favorite cut, it would be me. I'm a 20-minute haircut.
I've asked him that.
You're
I've
a
asked him
3-minute
that. I'm like, who do you
haircut.
like
He
to cut
looks
the
at it.
most?
He's
He's
like,
like,
"I'm good."
Obviously, Grizzly.
Think about me.
Stupid.
All right, that's the next question for T on the board. Who has the nicest hair?
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Me, Tom,
That actually is a
Rapio.
great one.
Or Grizz.
Nate Dogg.
Yeah.
You kidding me?
Nate Dogg.
Nate
Dogg-
Dogg has
no,
great
Nate Dogg's hair
Nate
just
Dogg.
works perfectly.
Shout
Dude,
out.
why
Yeah.
have I not really noticed his hair?
Dude,
like
his
that?
hair
Shout out
looks
Nate
perfect.
Dogg. Shout out
It's like-
Nate
He's
Dogg.
got like
That man's
he's got
got
the-
these parts.
Oh yeah, I know Nate
Bro,
Dogg's hair. Yeah, no,
beautiful
Nate
hair.
Dogg has that Jim Carrey.
He's the
hair.
only dude I've
Yeah,
ever seen.
Jim
Yeah,
Carrey.
look at
hair.
these parts.
He's got
Yeah,
the perfect
yeah.
middle part.
No, yeah, I don't know
Dude,
how he
looks great.
pulled that off. I don't know how he
I
pulled
don't
that
know, it's
off.
way-
I used to
Years
rock
of
the middle
trends.
part too.
Dude, it
for,
looks
like, a
good.
little
It looks good.
Oh yeah,
bit.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Thank you for my hair comment.
Yeah, shit. They'll never know.
I wish you saw me when I had my long hair. You'd been like, "What is this?"
Yeah, you would have
Yeah.
not
You know,
said he had the
you know
nicest
who wrote
hair.
Game of Thrones? Jon Snow.
You know, you guys might be mad at me. I'm kind of a hater on that show.
I don't watch it either. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
I know.
I'm kind of a
about
hater
Snow.
on
Nah,
that show.
because like I've had so many arguments with people. I'm like, dude, I don't watch the show.
I mean, good show.
Yeah.
I only
I'm
watched it
sorry.
because everyone told me I look like Jon Snow.
Okay. I've tried to watch it like 2 or 3 times. I couldn't get past the second episode. I just couldn't. But like it's
But that's
weak
how
though
every show
because like
starts.
I'm into shit like that.
If Joey Clips
I
was
just
in a
can't
movie
get
with
into
us,
it.
he'd play Will Ferrell would play.
Oh my god.
Will Ferrell
yes.
Or
yes.
Seth Rogen.
No, I see Will Ferrell more.
We're going over like we try to see like a movie like when we're Wolf of Wall
Okay.
Street.
Tom
level.
Cruise would play me. Yeah, Tom Cruise would
okay,
play me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Appio Ashton Kutcher could play
Farrell? Farrell?
He was thinking
Yeah.
about
Dude,
that.
Will Ferrell,
Ashton
because like
Kutcher
the
could
funny
play
barber
I'll take
comes
that.
in. and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
they destroy
I
that
agree
role.
very much.
Yeah, dude, he's a good looking
Just
dude.
from the character.
Yeah,
No, I
he's a
think
good
the
guy.
looks. I don't know about
funny.
the character.
No, he's a good guy.
Oh,
Besides
yeah,
the-
he's like
besides
cutting
being
down
an
on the
idiot.
child rings
Yes,
and stuff.
that's what
Yeah.
I'm-
I mean,
yeah.
I guess real
Besides
Ashton Kutcher.
being an
yes,
idiot
not
in his shows, I think.
that 70s.
Yeah, he's a good
Such a
guy
goofy
outside of
dumbass.
That's
that.
70.
Shout out to
Goofy
Ashton
guy.
Kutcher.
Yeah, shout
Yo,
Shout out Ashton.
Shout out Ashton. You're doing your thing.
And
Big cook.
Yeah.
Stopping
shout
these
out
the children.
to Mila Kunis too.
Mila Kunis. Shout
They
out.
go hand in
I
hand,
mean,
yeah,
Shout
they go
out.
hand in hand.
Go.
Yo,
Go.
quick.
You know?
So we
Go.
love Justin Timberlake in here.
We do.
Oh,
Justin Timberlake was in like a
JT's my
movie.
boy.
JT.
Yeah, Justin
Oh,
Timberlake was
JT.
in
Benefits.
Yeah, they were in a
How many
movie and
bangers
they
he's
did
got?
like a
Stop playing.
they did like an interview thing and someone was like talking bad about JT in Russian and Mila Kunis speaks fluent Russian.
Oh my
She
God.
stepped up. She's like, "Oh, he like they were like,
Yeah.
why is this guy doing movies?" And he's like,
She speaks fluent.
"All right, it's my
Russian?
bedtime."
She's Russian, yeah.
But they're like, Mila Kunis was like,
I had no idea.
If he does music, why can't he do movies?
Yeah.
And the reporter was just like,
No, Justin. JT.
And JT
He's
was
got
like,
the
"My
trifecta.
girl."
He sings, acts, and dances.
Yeah.
He's a dog.
The quad, and he's great looking.
And he's a good looking bastard.
JT,
without a
yeah.
doubt.
Yeah, it's
bro.
JT.
not
Freaking
Timberland,
JT.
but Timberland.
Damn it,
Also
JT.
shout out Timberland.
If
Also
you add
shout
all
out
of our
to the-
qualities together, we add up to JT.
Yeah, basically.
Other half of me. They can see this hand in my arms.
Why did we sing JT?
Show me how to
Yo,
fight
yeah,
now. Yeah, we should have
Can
did
we just
JT.
go on a
baby.
JT streak where like from episode 30
Yo.
to 39 where it's just JT?
Oh, JT.
Sure.
We could.
We
make
should
that
pick
out.
this.
That's a
Stockton
while
Feast to
from
stick
now.
to.
We got like
Yeah.
I
7
know I
more
want to do it so
episodes.
much sooner.
Okay, yeah, we'll do
You
25
guys are on
to 30.
episode what?
22.
22.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
22 already?
Yeah,
Yeah.
22.
Been in the trenches.
22 weeks
weeks,
strong.
bro. That's crazy.
That's almost half a year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Holy
Wow.
cow, right?
That's
Isn't
nuts.
that wild?
That is nuts.
So you guys moved here when?
September.
22 weeks ago.
22 weeks ago?
22 weeks
No,
ago.
probably a little before that. We've probably been here for about 6
24,
months.
25.
Okay.
Probably about 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Word.
You like The Office?
Yeah,
5.
bro. Yeah,
Yeah.
bro. It's beautiful.
What's your favorite thing
I-
about it? What's your favorite thing
my
about
relationship.
Lexington?
No, different sidebar. Sorry, he's not laughing at you.
up on sidebars. This
No, you're
podcast.
fine. My favorite thing about Lexington, hands down, it's you guys, bro. You f***ing kidding me? Like, I mean, every single time I walk in here, like the energy is up here.
Yeah.
And if you're not up here, you better be up here.
Yeah.
That was well put.
That's
That
cool.
was well
Yeah,
put.
that's
No,
cool.
like,
Even before he was sitting in the other room, and
Bro, I was dying.
one of our sales reps came in and he was talking about M4s.
Yeah.
And I forgot. You explain it because you got the beginning
I'll
of the
explain it.
conversation.
So he comes in there and like we're talking about whatever, and I'm like, you're gonna have an M4, and he's like, I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, you're gonna have an M4, and he started catching on. It's like what I was trying to make him
Turn around,
do,
like,
positive
where the f-
affirmation.
do you think you are?
Yeah, everyone's sitting there like, Bono, you're gonna get an M4, and then eventually he said he's gonna get an M4 and an M5. So shout out him.
Shout out
Yeah.
Anthony Mono.
And 10 apps.
And he
Shout out
walked around the
Anthony
corner.
Mono.
He's like, "You guys are
Wow.
crazy."
Yeah.
We're
But,
But like
screaming.
we're
Screaming.
yelling, like he's like,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
we're
get
yelling.
an M4.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get an M4.
Yeah.
And then he walks around, he's like,
And then it's silent, and you hear Grizz go, "No, no, no."
No.
I was dying.
Yeah, so that's what we do.
turn all
all
the
the
time. The guys were blowing out the mics.
Always turning them all
Good luck
back
to our
on.
listeners.
This man finna be deaf by the end of this.
Don't wear headphones.
My God.
Oh man.
But the best part is the clean cutoffs.
Oh yeah.
The second we're done,
Speaking of clean
Yeah.
cutoffs, what hair texture is your favorite to cut?
I
What's
love
the
that
cleanest cut you
transition,
get?
Tom.
Clean favorite texture.
What's the cleanest cut you get out of
Honestly, African American hair,
Really?
without a doubt.
Oh, I can see the fades go.
Without
crazy.
a doubt.
American hair.
Yeah.
I would think like
Without a
Asian
doubt.
hair because it's
And-
like pin straight.
Nah, honestly, straight hair is the hardest texture to cut.
Really?
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Because honestly, with like a lot of textures, like curly hair, I'd say a little bit with curly hair, but mostly like with some imperfections, like in the fade, you can get away with because like the hair is not so thick. Like if you're cutting like straight like Asian hair and you're doing like a full fade, like you're not gonna get it perfect the first time through. So like you have to go back and really like detail like all the dark spots that are, like those extra thick hairs that just pop out at you. I mean, like I don't think like you guys probably won't see it because like you don't do what I do, you know. But like I'm very detail oriented and like if I see something, I gotta fix it, you know. And you gotta like corner like little pockets like within the fade and stuff like that. Yeah, but African American hair, man, like if you do it right, like if the fade is like so clean and like if you get the lineup right, I don't know what it is, man, like it just comes out so perfect. And
They have really tight curls.
Yeah.
So like you said, you can get away with it a little bit.
It's that too, and like I don't know, like anytime like you put the razor on it too, bro, like it just like and you get that ash line, it just looks like extra crispy and like I don't know, it's just it's satisfying.
It's interesting, like African American hair, the whole shape of the hair is so much like down to like when you put it under a microscope, it's so much different. I remember wrestling growing up. Whenever I'd wrestle an African American, like you're head to head, you're button like this,
right?
And their hair, it's like it was like mini razor blades on your forehead. Like that shit would cut you. And I remember I don't know, I was on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever the heck it was, reading an article, and I think it was U-shaped. When you look it down on a microscope, like ours is more circular, but theirs is actually more like a U shape without the center in it or something. Oh, wow. Just completely different shape. I thought was really interesting.
I got you. Yeah, but I would say my favorite texture to cut is that. Like even if it's like a complicated haircut, I don't care. Yeah. Because like if you know what you're doing, you're gonna lace them up. Yeah. And that's just it,
So pin straight hair is the hardest one to cut.
Yeah, I would rather cut curly and African American hair all day, all day long. But like I've gotten good at straight hair because like that's most of my clientele too, But yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So what do you really think that you as a barber? I mean, everyone always self-criticizes. What exactly do you think that you need to improve on the most? Like, what's the one thing that like has a chip on your shoulder right now?
I mean, I think in general, no hairstylist, you could be a barber, a cosmetologist, like whatever. I don't think everyone's perfect at what they do. Like that's the beauty with our industry is like you can always get better. You can always learn something. And I'm sure with you guys too. And what you guys,
the same way.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like even like you guys struggle with something one week and then the next week like you get it perfect. Like bro, like that's like holy shit. Like I feel so good right now like about it, Shit.
It's broken.
It's broken ass thing. I think what I have to improve on too. I mean, I wouldn't say like it's improvement. I want to cut down my time with my haircuts, and I feel like like because I'm such a perfectionist, but sometimes like I'm a little like too much with it to where like. A 30-minute cut, like I'm spending an hour on you, or like a 45-minute cut, I'm spending like an hour and a half on you, and then because then like if you try to over perfect something, the imperfections are going to be much worse.
Absolutely.
And that's just with anything. It doesn't have to be with cutting hair, like it's with anything in general.
There's actually a quote that I've brought up quite a few times that I think pertains to this heavily is slow is smooth and smooth is fast. The slower you do something, the more you perfect it, the faster it's going to be in the end. Rather than if you rush something, you have to go back and fix it. It's kind of like that measure twice, cut
1,000% agree. 1,000%.
So yeah, I mean, over time, like you do it slowly, you do it correctly.
Right.
You do it slowly, you're slowly going to build up the muscle memory to do it quickly and perfectly.
Yeah, and like also too, like there are like some textures that like I wish I would cut more, because like anytime like I get something that like I don't really. Like if someone comes in and they show me like a haircut that like I don't do often, like it'll still come out good, but not really to like my liking. The client might like it, but because like at the end of the day, like you're your biggest critic, with anything, so. But like I've always tried to lessen that too. I always tried to just think to myself, yo, stop being so hard on yourself. And I think even for young barbers that are coming up too, like I feel like social media, man, like with like everything, bro, it's like I mean like I'm guilty of it too. Like I should post a lot more. I haven't done it in the past because like sometimes the Instagram scaries, man, like or the TikTok scaries, like it kind of gets to you, like you shouldn't be worried about what other people are thinking, but at the same time like you don't want to take that next step, because you're stuck between a rock and a hard place, to say the least.
I think like when it comes to taking uncomfortable steps, it's something that is so unbelievably necessary because only uncomfortable steps are the things that make you grow. Right. I don't take pictures of myself. I don't do anything. And then when I'm here, me, Appio, and Frankie and Grizz are standing at our desk singing Justin Timberlake. You got to take those uncomfortable steps to really let kind of your personality shine.
Right.
Which, I mean, just to also touch on what you were speaking on previously, how do you handle clients who come in looking for unconventional hairstyles that you're used to? Like, are you confident in that, or do you get a little more reserved?
Like, do you try and deviate away, maybe?
I mean, if it's something like I truly believe
Go to
that,
the guy
like,
in the front.
Nah. I mean, like at the end of the day, like I'm not gonna be like afraid to do any haircut. Will I be intimidated by a certain one? Yeah, without a doubt. You know, but you know, like in the long run, it works out better for me. You know, because you know, like if I'm like, I'm like, you know, this guy, he shows me a picture of a complicated haircut. I'm like, I'm like, I don't really want to, like, but like, I'm still gonna do it, you know, like, unless it's something it's like I know like I can't do, then I'm gonna be like, yo, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Like, you know, I don't want you to get a bad haircut like by me, so like I suggest you go to my boy Vinny, who knows this, or my boy Dante, or Rich, or Meyer, you know, like
so it's almost like having those difficult conversations.
We
you
were
know? Talking about in our morning meeting the other day.
Sure.
One of the best ways to grow as a salesman and just in life is having difficult conversations. The ones where you're in your head, you don't want to have it. You have a pit in your stomach.
But you have
There's
to have
something
them.
not wanting you to do it. You just gotta turn it off.
Right.
Turn it off and have that conversation, because you know what? You probably had to have the conversation anyway, and now you just got through that mile-long wall that was only an inch thick.
Yeah.
Wow,
That's a good one. I like that one a lot.
that was great. Damn.
Same thing with the social media scaries.
was heat.
Those
Yo,
social
shout
media
out him.
scaries.
Shout out him.
those social media scaries are real too.
Yeah.
Like I used to post a lot of real estate videos when I was a real estate
And they're
agent,
good.
and some really cool real estate videos. To be honest, I mean they were out there, they were wonky, but they got a lot of views. But and sometimes I'm like, do I post this? Like same thing, mile long rock, 1 inch thick.
Right.
You bust right through that. The
Right.
second you hit post, you bust
Right.
right through
You
that.
just got to care more about what you're doing and what you love more than what people are thinking about it.
Right.
Because they can think what they want to think, but when you're doing what you're doing, it's a completely different demon.
Your
Yeah,
hate
right.
is not going to get me paid,
No.
but their love will.
Mickey Mantle never paid my rent. Why would I care what
Mickey
Mickey
Mantle
Mantle
never
said?
paid the rent.
I never
Yeah,
looked at the
never
Yankees
paid
the
my
same.
rent.
That's it.
Never Yankees.
why
Nah,
I
but like
trifecta.
even back to like the social media thing too. Like I think, and sometimes I get like this too. Like young barbers, like we try to like compare ourselves to people who are super established, and like every haircut we see them do is top notch, perfect, and like every haircut that we do, we see it doesn't look like that, so we get discouraged more. You know, and you know, I feel like, you know, you got to power through that, you know, like, because like you're not going to be perfect every time. Like you're not going to, you know, like however long it takes, like you will get there. It's a long road. It could be a short road, but at the same time, like you have to be on a path to get there. Yeah. So
It's all about perfecting your craft.
yeah,
That's
man.
the same thing in sales,
that's it.
too.
How can you perfect your craft as a barber?
Reps.
Yeah.
Just
Numbers.
just
Simply reps.
just reps, man. I mean, you know, sometimes I get a little lazy with cutting walk-ins. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and say I cut every single walk-in. But when I was starting out, you know, like I would cut like a whole lot of walk-ins. You know, like even like if I didn't even have a cut, like I remember, like when I first started at the shop that I'm at now. I've been in my shop now for about 5 years now, or 6 years. When I first started, like I used to stay late, bro. Like you know, like I mean, even though we closed at 7, but like you know, I used to stay till, even if I didn't even have a cut, I would stay till 6:30, 7 o'clock. See if there's like, you know, because there's always a last minute Nelly out there that wants to come in for like a haircut, you know. So, you know, if I could grab them, then I could grab them, you know. But I just think it's repetition, man. You know, the more you do something, the more you get better at it.
Yeah.
You know, like especially with cutting hair too. You know, like even like with cutting like you, like. You know, I've cut you what, 5 times now, 6 times now. Like, you know, I've never cut your hair before, and like now, like I know how to skip some steps. You know, like so the haircut will go like quicker, and you know, like you know, it's just a repetition, man.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
you know,
What's your favorite area to cut, like the top of the head or the beards?
I'm a beard guy without a doubt.
Yeah.
I'm definitely a beard guy.
He gets my beard looking nice.
Yeah, because I want a beard like that, like for real, you know. But yeah, man, I don't know. It's super satisfying. Like, I like to like sculpt a beard, man. Like, I don't know. It's just super satisfying. It is.
One thing I really love about doing these podcasts, and I mean, it's obvious, like there's always parallels in everything in the world, but every time we get someone on here and they start talking about their craft or their profession, it just brings out the deepest parallels.
It
The
does.
numbers game, the driving, the social media
Reps,
scares,
practice.
the reps, the practice, the confidence. You have to have confidence in yourself to a degree.
You're an entrepreneur, just like how sales. You're an entrepreneur. Like we can't micromanage like these sales guys here that work for us. I'm sure that who owns your barbershop's not micromanaging you. You have to micromanage yourself. You have to stay on top of yourself. Yeah. This is your brand. You're building it. You know, it's your path.
Yeah.
You know?
Hit us up when you need to finance a van and you want to do your
a mobile
Yeah,
bar.
for sure.
Wow.
For sure.
Wow.
I've seen some pimped out vans.
Yeah.
Yeah,
where
bro.
they got the
Dude, the Nelk
life-proof
Boys, they
flooring
have like
in
a
there.
van that comes to them. It's
You ever
sick.
see
That's so cool.
Vic Barber?
Yeah, Vic Blends. Yeah,
Vic Blends is cool.
Yeah,
He's like some dude who just walks
He's
around like
nasty
towns and
too,
just
bro.
gives out free haircuts for conversation. He gets like the craziest.
He's
TikTok videos
nasty
out of it.
too, bro. Shout out Vic Blends.
But that's like another thing I wanted to touch on too. When you were talking about how people compare themselves to these super established people, and they get discouraged. That's kind of just down to mentality. Are you going to let that discourage you, or are you going to let that drive you? How can I be better than this person, or am I just going to crumble in the way that I work now and do what I just do normally?
Absolutely, bro.
Especially in an art craft like that. You know what I mean? Like you have two options: you stay the same, or you get better, or you quit.
Yeah, because even like listen, like with everyone who has like a career and like a job, like obviously like you do the same thing every single day. Like you do the same thing at work, like you have the same routine, but like I don't know, I feel like sometimes, especially with like being like a barber too, it feels super repetitive in a sense, because you're just like, all right, next. All right, next.
But also,
all right, next. But even like,
but every cut's different. Every head's shaped differently.
Every conversation.
Every convo's different.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
That's what keeps it interesting. Like you could say like we come here and do the same job, but like it's really not. Like you never know what you're gonna walk into today. It's so funny. Grizzly, can you help?
Yeah. Nah, but I feel like if you're gonna be a barber, you have to have like some level, like a different type of level of patience. That's just my opinion.
So I wanted to ask, what's your most common age of somebody that you cut? Like what age range? Do you cut
age range? Probably like 17 to 20. Probably
17 to 20.
Yeah,
See, that's a smart range, because
I would say.
When I was like 14. I was trying to grow my hair out, right?
the suspense.
The suspense pause.
I was trying to grow my hair out a little bit. I was growing it out.
Videos you had
it was getting a little long, maybe not about Tom's length on the top, like not down to my freaking shoulders.
Right.
My dad hated it.
Yeah.
Pops hated it. Blue collar construction guy. You kidding me?
Oh my god.
Looking like a Californian.
You love me.
Like you were living in California.
I had my aunt come over because she's a salonist.
Salonist.
Good word.
I think that actually means something else.
Cosmetologist.
Yeah.
She cuts hair.
Cosmetologist.
She's a cut hair. She cuts hair. And she used to cut all my family's hair. So she came over and I'm like, take like the width of my pinky off. Like I just want to cut the very tips off. Like that's it. I haven't gotten a cut in 6 months, 7 months, a year. Just cut the width of my pinky. My dad slipped her $100. She chopped me off.
Wow. Did she like hit you with the seagull? Like you had no return?
Like
or?
I looked like a short, like about Frankie's hair right now.
I wish
a little
Frankie
bit shorter than what I'm
Damn.
at.
No,
Or maybe like what I'm
Your
at here.
dad's savage for that.
Slipped her $100.
That's
She
something
denied
I
it
would
for the
do.
longest
Episode
time.
4.
That's something I would.
But I went into my bedroom. I pushed my dresser in front of my door, and I just locked myself in there for the longest time. I was the most pissed person. Like I couldn't imagine cutting a 14-year-old's hair and like deviating so slightly from the picture.
like
I can't wait to do that to my son.
Yo, honestly,
2
bro,
years
like,
later, up there. 14th birthday and 16th.
Honestly though, I will say, man, I have a lot of like 12-year-old, 13-year-old kids like who sit better than a lot of my adult clients. I'm not gonna lie. Like I can't front, but like if you're age like 8 or like younger, it's such a hit or miss. You're either going to be a pain in the ass or you're going to sit still the entire time. But I will say this though, I mean, I don't like it personally just because of the generation and stuff, but it's like these iPads and these tablets, bro, like these kids, man, like bro, you give them an iPad or a phone or freaking, if you want to pull out a freaking have the iPad, bro, I mean a iPod, bro, like dude, they're glued.
You gotta have the chair with the blanket thing with the see-through, the plastic on it.
Nah,
for the little kids.
That's too much advertising.
Nah, you finna sit in my chair and you're gonna get cut.
You know what about speaking about sitting well? Speaking about being a good sitter, I feel like in the past like 5 years, I have not had a barber that's like, all right.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like my head. I'm just always just like.
I got a square head.
I'm pretty sure I got to turn this way. But
Okay.
growing up, you're always like, as a kid, if the barber's like, all right, move your head this way. Or, do this. I feel like I haven't gotten that.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I only tried to like do that when I absolutely need to. Like I'm not the type of barber like. I mean, like I will hold your head at some times and like start cutting, but then like I try not to like put my hand on your head like too much.
I feel like I would be that barber. Like I gotta hold on to you.
Yeah.
I need to hold on to you for balance.
But
sorry, I cut you.
Honestly, bro, it's even harder like doing it with like kids though, bro, because bro, like they have this like strength, man. Like when they're
just
like
grab their
pissed
head,
off,
hold on to it, and just not
when they're
let them move.
upset
For the
and
whole
they're
time.
crying, bro, like I'm like, you're gonna sit here and get this taper. You're gonna get this taper. This fate is hot. You're gonna get this taper.
I could
like,
never,
oh
ever
my
do
god.
that.
And
That's
like
so funny.
and I think my biggest pet peeve too with kids is when the parents, I just start the haircut, and every time they say, "Okay, we're almost done."
No, we're not.
No, we're not. Stop making promises
Still
you
got
can't
time.
keep, son. Like, stop, bro. Because then every second, are we done? Are we done? Or like, bro, like, I mean, shout out to all you kids. You know what I'm saying? But like, you guys are a pain in the ass.
That's the future generation right there. Joey Clip said the future generation is a pain in the.
Yeah, I used to work in a
I
restaurant.
love
so
y'all,
that
though.
the iPads would run wild.
Yeah.
Dude,
But,
it's bad. It's bad.
Nah,
One
but
thing I always talk to my barber about too, like while he's cutting my hair and I'm just like zoned out, I'm like, dude, like you have 2 weeks of my life in your hands right now. Like, does that not stress you out? Like, does that not stress you out that if you slip the wrong way, you can ruin someone's like month?
I mean, yeah. I mean, like, you know, there's always some part of you that's like, you know, like, well, you know, right. Like you said, for the next 2 to 3 weeks, like, you know, you're being determined like how you feel, like, you know, how people are going to see you, like physically, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, like if you do the damn job, man, like if you just try to do your best with it, bro, like I don't even care what anyone says, you know, like if it's not good to you, if it looks good to me, then that's what it is. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, like, you know, and I mean, like, no offense, but like I know what a good haircut looks like, you know, like, and, you know, if you don't like it, then you don't like it. I'm not going to take offense to it. You know, cool, you know? And I think, too, like, with working at my barbershop now, like with all my guys there, like, you know, like you guys here, you guys are one family, man, you know, like, and that's how I feel with my guys at the shop, too. And, like, they really toughened up my skin, man, to no end, bro. Like, I was such a sensitive kid when I first started. I was, I think, 19 when I first started there. And like, bro, like my face would get red. Like I knew they were clowning me, but I didn't know how to like
React,
receive it as, oh, like I'm just joking with you, you know. And like within like 6-7 months, I changed. Like I did a complete 180, man. Like because honestly, like I've heard everything in the book, and I'm sure you guys have too. You know what I'm saying? Right? You guys said you guys heard everything in the book.
Me and Tom
so
serve
like
tables. We've seen it.
Yeah, right.
I was
like,
a hard ass server.
Yeah, right.
Like people would
you
never
know,
say nothing.
so like now, you know, like, yo, you want to make fun of me? I'll laugh with you, bro. Like I don't even care no more.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's your job. You do it every day. So like,
yeah.
who really cares?
Yeah, right.
We tell the sales reps that too, because when they first start, sometimes they're a little scared to get on the phones. They feel uncomfortable. It's like all 30 of us are doing the same exact thing right now. This is how we make money.
Yeah.
You know, it's okay. You know, and just power through it. So
without a doubt.
Do you have like a favorite type of, like, not hair, like material hair, but like a favorite type of client that like sits in the chair? Because like I know when like I sit with you, I'll be like, whatever you think looks good, compared to someone that says like, you know, I want X, Y, and Z. Like, what do you prefer guidance, or do you prefer like having the ball in your court?
I mean, so like, because there's like a catch with people saying like, oh, just do whatever you want. Like 9 times out of 10, it's not do whatever you want. So like you gotta ask them, do like it short? Do like it long?
You got tour guide them.
Yeah, right. Like you have to tour guide them and like say like, all right, like you like, because that's the thing that's cool with what I do too. Like you have to be creative like really, really quick too. I mean, not really, really quick, but like, you know, you navigate like when you first start, and then you all of a sudden, boom, you get like an idea of like what you're gonna do, and you're like, all right, bet, like I'm gonna do that now. So like, you know, you turn to like the other side, you're like, all right, you know what, I'm gonna do this instead of this, and 9 times out of 10, it comes out better. You know, But yeah, honestly, I mean, most times when I get asked, like, you know, like, you can do like whatever you want, like, I make sure I'm specific because, like, you know, I don't want to give you a cut that you don't want. Like, like, you might not care, quote unquote, what you look like, but you care. Yeah. You know?
Do you have like a specific horror story?
Horror story?
Like one horror story that just like.
I feel like we should have like his best story. Let's talk about his best story. Let's get your best story. What's the best experience you've ever had cutting hair?
So I would actually say, I would actually say.
Lexington.
I was hoping he'd say that.
Me too.
I would actually say probably recently. I would say. I'd say probably about like a month ago.
Here at Lexington.
Here at Lexington. Shout out Lexington. Shout out Lex. About like a month or two ago, I cut. So I've been cutting this dude for about, I'd say probably about like a year now. And every time he comes in the shop, he brings his son with him, but he never gets a haircut. He's got like long hair down to like here. And I think he's about like 5 or 6 years old. And his name's Stetson. Dope ass name. Spotter. I've never heard of that name before. It's a dope ass name. Cool. And he had booked an appointment with me like twice, and he hit me up as soon as he booked it, and he was like, yo, like, it's finally time. Like, I'm chopping my son's hair off. I was like, really? I was like, let's go. And he wanted like literally like the haircut that I have, like kind of like a messy top, like a fade on the sides, or like whatever.
A TikTok cut.
And yeah, like literally. Damn, bro, that's foul. That's foul. Nah, but
yours
like,
is different. You don't get the perm on top.
Yeah, like nah. You son of a bitch.
Shout out to Liam.
Stupid.
Stetson.
Shout out you, Stetson. Shout out you, my boy. Yeah, and so after I cut him, he usually pays me with his card. I have I'm sure you guys have heard of it. It's called Square Cash.
Yeah.
And you can pay with like your card and shit, whatever.
We're familiar with Square.
Just use that for my ice cream.
Yeah, word.
We know Square.
And he usually pays me with card, and he was like, and I asked him, I was, because usually I ask like when someone pays with card, like how much do you want to do? Because they usually like add the tip on there too. And he says $200. I was like, what the f***? And like he was like just genuinely like super happy. His wife loved it. He actually called me on the phone and said, yo, just want to let you know, like, my wife is literally in tears. Like, that's how much like she loves the haircut.
Wow.
You know, and like like not to get like, you know, sentimental or anything, but like, you know, like that shit speaks volumes, bro. Like, you know, like it makes you feel good, you know? So that was probably, it's funny that you bring that up too, man. Like that literally just happened like a month or two ago. Yeah, I even made a dope, you might have seen it. I made a TikTok reel of it too. Oh, a Instagram reel, sorry.
I think I did. I'd love to see that.
Yeah. So, but yeah, he was super happy.
You can touch lives doing really almost anything. It's just a matter of how much you really care about what you're doing and how like, passionate you really are. And we can tell you're definitely passionate about what you do. Yeah, man. And I think that's why you're very successful.
Yeah, bro. To come here late at night and cut our hair.
Yeah, man. Like, yo.
Monday nights. Shout out Monday nights.
Shout out Monday nights. Nah, man. Like, I can honestly say, like, I'm genuinely, like, obsessed with what I do. Like, I'm obsessed with it. Like, bro, you should see my YouTube history, bro. Like, I'm still, every day, looking at shit. Every day.
That's awesome.
Good.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Keep perfecting your craft, brother.
Yeah, bro.
Keep growing.
Hell yeah.
We're going to grow together.
I appreciate you, brother.
Thank you for coming on the
show.
Hell
yeah, bro. Without a doubt, man.
It
was an honor.
It was a good show.
It was an honor. It was a privilege. You know, you guys.
Joey Clips.
Jay Clips. You guys are awesome, man.
You're awesome, man.
Before we sign off for the night.
Great fades.
Yes, sir.
One thing you would love to tell young aspiring barbers, like how could they get into the game? What's something, you know, a good path that they could take? You know, just a little inspiration for the kids.
I would definitely say barber school. You're not going to learn everything you want to know, but I would just say continue to educate yourself. You know, when you go to barber school, they get you ready really to like take your test. Yeah. Like, you know, they don't really go into like depth about anything, but like it's a good stepping stone for like the basics and stuff. Yeah. And if you're feeling discouraged about it, I would say do it. And if you don't like it, I would say do it again a couple more times.
I like that.
And if you really don't like it, you know, if you feel truly you want to step away from it, do it. But I'm telling you, like, if you stick with this, like, it'll reward you in ways where, like, it'll come out of nowhere and you won't even realize it.
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah, without a doubt.
One last shout out. Shout out Joey Clips.
Shout out Joey
Clips, man.
Joey Clips.
Jay Clips. Is there anything that you would like to shout out here? Your Instagram handle,
shop
that you worked at?
Definitely. So you can find me on Instagram at Joey Clips. That's capital J.
It'll be above your
OE.
head.
Right here.
J-O-E.
Right here. J-O-E.
There you go.
Shout out to All Star Barbershop in Middle Island. Shout out to all the guys. Shout out my family, who is my #1 fans for this. Shout out my mom. Shout out my sister. Shout out my dad. And shout out everybody, man. It was really a pleasure coming here. I really appreciate you guys. This platform is really cool. What you guys are doing. I could see how talented all of you are, without a doubt. Like, even if you're just messing around in the room for like a quick second, boom, you're back to business. You know, and like that's the type of you want to have fun with what you do too, man. Because when it starts to feel like a job, there's something wrong.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, man, that's it.
Damn.
Shout out America.
Shout out America.
Shout out
Joey Clips.
Shout out Joey Clips.
Shout out Lexington.
Shout out
to Lexington.
Shout out Lexington.
Man.
God bless Lexington.
If you're not following Lexington, man, go and follow them right now.
Thank you, Joey.
Go and follow them.
Thank you, Joey.
Thank you, Joey.
Signing off, guys. Signing off.
Episode 20.